4, 4, 4. 4, 4, 4. 4, 4, 4. Whew. The situation is being caused by both of us. Look at your own role in the situation to help us change it. My heart is opening to love and guiding me back to you. Number 2. All right, so I've got 3 decks here. We're going to get some messages. My name's Kristen. We're going to tap in and we're going to connect with the angels, saints, ancestors, and spirit guides for divine guidance. And I feel like this is you being open to love, okay? This is you releasing space that might have been taken up elsewhere by other things in your life and making space for what you do desire and what you know you now deserve, okay? So let's tap in. Okay, we are surrounded in divine white light, and these messages are for your highest and greatest good. All right. We're using the Kipper deck first. Let's see what this is going to share. We have a child coming out. We have a thief. Here's the child energy. Okay. And then we have thoughts and a gift. So you very much could be on somebody's mind. They may want to bring in something tangible into your energy. So something that is like, you know, a thought and then something like a kind gesture. Or this is something about like they're reminiscing about you and they're thinking about like, how did I not see this gift? Or how did I not see this blessing? I feel like somebody was trapped, chained up, shackled to something that has led them to some sort of like it's almost like, you know, they find themselves in some sort of entrapment. Okay, so this child doesn't necessarily have to mean a actual child. It could be that they created something from a place of trying to win at all costs, or trying to, you know, maybe there's something that they're not willing to let go of. All right. I feel like there's something that they're holding on to that no longer serves them. However, they create from this space. Okay. So we'll see what we get here. Okay, I have someone of high honor. And then we have an occupation. This is like working really hard towards something that you're meant to create here. I mean, sewing is difficult, so it can represent like you have a specialty. Okay, there's something that you do that not everybody does. Okay, it has something to do with a community here. I feel like you might do something that helps the community in some way. And as a result of you giving back to the community, you're being seen as high honor, or you are organically high honor. I feel like maybe this energy tried to take or try to win win. Yeah, look at a marriage is falling apart. Okay, so I feel like there might have been someone who tried to like manipulate a situation here, or a situation with you. I feel like if they went into another dynamic, there's this downfall happening, a breakup. Yeah, I feel like somebody feels, again, entrapped, imprisoned, stuck. This could be physical or spiritual. All right, we have someone kind of sitting back, relaxing, and just observing right now. You could have expected this ending to play out. Maybe it's taken a while for things to play out. I'm getting this is definitely like past energy that you've dealt with. Yeah, I feel like you've moved on from this. I feel like you could be moving from a situation, one that used to be very grounded, at least you thought, something that you were anchored into. I feel like this is something that, I feel like there's change here. There's like something to move on from. It's like higher horizons energy. Distant Horizons is the name of the card. And then I have an official person. So there could be something that you're hearing about that might cause this uprooting, this change in direction. All right. I feel like you could be someone sitting back, relaxing, and waiting for this to come into your energy. I feel like this is something that you're aware of. I feel like you're waiting to hear something official until something happens. Yeah, I feel like there is something that is official. So this official person could maybe be sending this message of concern. So it could have something to do with a relationship or partnership. Okay, what else do you want to say? Coffin. So you might be hearing something as it relates to an ending, like accepting the inevitable. Okay, so this could be like an end of a cycle too. This also could be like leaving something and starting something new. Maybe there's some sort of message that you receive that either confirms that this is done and over with, or something's in a final stage. Okay, so this could be a final stage. Okay, I feel like there is an ending. I feel like it has something to do with, you know, a poverty mindset, poverty experience. I feel like the thieves are going to experience endings. Ones that they may have plotted and planned for others is how they will find themselves. I feel like that's representing what's ending. I feel like there will be despair here. I feel like there was a lot done here that was very manipulative. And I feel like, you know, it could involve someone as it relates to their job and how maybe they're finding themselves left out in the cold in some way. All right. I feel like there's the courthouse. I feel like, you know, there's laws here that have been broken. I feel like it has something to do with like finances and taking from others, thinking that they wouldn't get caught. I'm getting like there's something that, you know, they're having to, this could also be karmic debt. I feel like they've like accrued a lot of debt, and as a result, they're in despair. They could be having to go to court as a result of this karmic debt. Okay, and it could relate to a relationship and where they live, and, you know, there may be an ending to whatever this is. So, you know, it sounds like there is a light at the end of the tunnel regarding this too. They may have tried to sacrifice something as it relates to like being on an enlightened path and maybe being guided towards transformation is what I'm getting. So it's like this is kind of the steps in someone's transformation. Someone's awakening is what I'm getting. Sometimes you hit rock bottom and that's where you build. That's like how you build. So I feel like that's playing out for some of our channel here. I feel like there is a main female involved here. That could be you or someone else. I feel like there is energy of bad health. So I feel like it's time to like focus and prioritize health. There is a main male and a main female. I feel like what's in between them is actually bad health. So there's something that they could be, they have contracted maybe. I heard the word contracted. So there very much could be something that has affected their health that they're doing together, or as a result of being around one another. I feel like there's communication here. It could be multiple different forms of communication. It's not limited to handwritten. I feel like there's a journey here. So somebody might want to say goodbye. There could be a need to kind of like pack light. Pack light. There's a change in direction. I was getting that earlier. Okay. I'm getting there's something that relates to like, it's either you live with them or someone they live with. Somewhere there's like, they share meals, they watch TV, like they experience the seasons. Like this is like within the comfort of your own home. Someone is having to leave, whatever this home is, whatever feels like home, whatever's like the comfort of your home, like your comfort zone. Okay, you might be asked to kind of embark on a journey that's going to take you out of your comfort zone. And I feel like a bit of this is also playing out here. Okay, family room, and then what's next? A courtship. There could be somebody that's coming into your energy, or this is relating to a courtship here. They may or may not live with one another. We'll get more information. What's with the courtship? Is this something new? Yes. It's new. New. Yeah. Ooh. The past is dealing with judgment. I feel like you have to forgive yourself too for what you've experienced in the past. Is that it with this deck? No. Okay. All right. Mature woman. Okay. So mature woman. Okay. What's with the mature woman here? Privileged lady. So there's a couple like female energies out here. I feel like they have something to do with this courtship. This could be like, you know, a grandmother and a grandfather watching over you potentially as you embark on a new journey. One that is like you're being seen as the privileged lady. All right. I feel like you're meant to carry out something, right? There's something very like beautiful and unique about this. I'm getting like that there is someone that you're meant to connect with. 444 is how I started this reading. So this would be confirmation. I feel like you're about to leave where you are to embark on a journey. And I feel like your ancestors are going to be along for the ride. I feel like someone would love to travel the world with you. So that's really cool if you connect strongly with like your grandparents, your great grandparents, maybe even a mother and a father. Okay. Look at, yeah, toil and labor. I feel like, you know, it's almost like you've proven yourself worthy, right? It's almost like you're the one that needed to see that you were worthy enough. I feel like otherwise people wanted you to think like this is who you are, but truly you're this. And I feel like somebody wanted to kind of like swap this with you. I'm getting like that's the thief, false person. Somebody wanted to be you. And maybe they did too. And so like the two of them in their thief energy thought that they could like intervene somehow in your life. I feel like they're finding themselves in a rock bottom situation trying to come for you. All right. Here's that message. You're going to hear about it. You're going to hear about it. I feel like you're going to hear about what they did for money. They may have actually done it at work, under the guise of work. Maybe they used to say they were going to work and they were doing something else. I feel like there could also be something that's like charitable, something you don't see coming, some sort of like helpful hand. All right. So I feel like you could receive some sort of gift. Number 27 is relevant. Okay. 33. So I feel like you might be in a position to receive in some way. Again, we were talking about like making space. All right. So you've made space for whatever no longer fits your reality. And as a result, like there's something beautiful coming in. Okay. Okay, so I feel like this could come through the means of like investing wisely, okay? Knowing what's worth it and what's not, right? And this also is like hitting the jackpot, so 777 could be relevant. Look at this false person, these false people. What goes around comes around with that number 8. fire energy, passion. I feel like you're going to receive, like, I feel like someone's going to spill the beans. Hey, cat. Cat business. Cat's about to get thrown out of my room in a minute. You love them, but they like to get into some stuff. You know what I'm saying? All right, what else we got over here? I feel like you're about to receive a message, okay? And I feel like you're going to hear about, like, someone in court, someone going through some sort of self-realization, judgment. You know, maybe they're having to deal with someone in court and they're like, you know, whatever they thought was going to be their desired outcome, I feel like they're finding that it was all an illusion. This person is fake, they're fake, like they're both gold diggers. They attracted each other, and now they're in court and they're dealing with, you know, the storm. It's like, ooh, I just heard ringing in my ears. There's a storm here. Someone is concerned. Okay, someone is most definitely concerned about what's been going on here. I feel like it's almost like they're concerned that you're going to find out what's truly going on. All right, it's almost like somebody wants to control the narrative. Okay, Page of Swords, somebody wants to control the narrative. Someone wants to know what you know so that they can kind of like skirt their way, right? Anything else with this deck? No. Okay. This one? Okay. We're going to use the Intuit deck. All right. What are we looking at here? Okay. This deck has writing on both sides, so if it just kind of like flips over in my hand, I don't usually grab it. I ask that the cards fall out so I know to take them, because sometimes they just flip over and I'm not quite sure using this deck. So, you know, that's one thing if you read for yourself, like you're working with your higher self energy, right? So, you know, it's a team effort. See, now I would take this one, right? There's a bit of like needing to take a break, take a long break. It says time for non-action. It's time to take a break, to go within, to heal and recalibrate. Okay, so someone's needing to maybe go within and pray, go within and focus on peace. This is protecting your peace. Protect your peace during challenging times. I feel like you're meant to go on this journey and it may require you to rest. Rest while you can. All right. There also could be somebody who appears to be one way, but truly isn't. I feel like this is saying like something is not what it seems, right? This person looks like they're trying to get away with something, right? And we had the thieves over here with the family room. I feel like maybe somebody tried to like do something regarding someone's house. I feel like there's false pretenses when it comes to this energy here. You know, I feel like I have family room. Okay, so I feel like this is somebody they live with. I feel like they're both thieves. I feel like they have attachments. They're experiencing poverty or loss. So they could have, they tried to maybe get away with something. It could have been cheating, or they were strategic as it relates to maybe, you know, being in this family room energy. But I feel like they have lost this. So they may find themselves needing to kind of like go within. I feel like whatever they're up to, I feel like they're up to no good is what that tells me. They're up to no good. Okay. And then I have the Five of Swords too. So let's see what else. I feel like they were shady and now they're experiencing their shade, if that makes any sense. Okay. Like I said, it's been stormy. They call into their own reality the storms that they want for other people, that they create and fester in. I have the Hermit. This energy is self-absorbed, okay? Unable to really see outside of themselves or how they actually affect other people in their wake. I feel like that's why there's like a timeout here with the Four of Swords. I'm getting like they very well could be like paralyzed by fear or antisocial, like having to be removed, isolation. They may even be experiencing like some paranoia. I almost said paranormal. I meant to say paranoia. So there could be paranormal stuff going on that is contributing to their fear and paranoia. I have that they're in this energy of being restricted and powerless, okay? I feel like they abused their abilities, and as a result, they're now powerless. Okay. Okay, High Priestess, keeping it all in. Someone is disconnected. Someone is withholding. Someone has suppressed intuition. This is the High Priestess in reverse. Remember how I was talking about like someone's been abusing their powers? Yeah. I'm getting that they're missing information now. Like they're not able to access what they may have been able to access before. I feel like there's secrets as well. So they could be holding on to some misinformation, and it could have something to do with secrets, and this could be, they could be feeling like they're being kept in the dark. I feel like this could be like a mature woman. This could be like a practitioner or someone that's associated with this karmic family that I'm picking up on. Yeah. Okay. Queen of Wands. Someone who's sexy, strong, energetic, courageous, fire sign, charming. Okay, is what I'm getting. It could be of someone of that nature. Maybe someone came after someone in the Queen of Wands. Someone who stands out from the crowd. Someone who's paving a new path. Someone, at least someone is supposed to be in their power and authority and sovereignty to be a Queen of Wands. I mean, we'll get more on that. Queen of Cups. So this also talks about someone who's very psychic, intuitive, empathic, as well as in the flow and very much like creative. Okay, strong water sign energy. Okay, there could have been a couple energies here that you might have had to deal with, right? I have the Star card and the New Moon card. A lot of blue energy, so a lot of water. All right, water could be significant. I'm getting like wishes are being granted, and I feel like this is you in your purpose. You could be healing. You could be a healer. I feel like you have strong faith, and this is what you're working with. I feel like you're manifesting your desires with new moon energy, and I feel like in the next month or by the next new moon, there'll be a change in direction for you. It's tied to your purpose. I feel like you're being represented as the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Cups. So this is like, you know, what you're doing is meant to pave a new path. You're not meant to follow. You're being seen as a leader, okay? Someone who's strong, someone who takes charge, someone who, you know, makes very strong decisions, okay? I feel like somebody who gets it done. You're action oriented. Okay. What else do we have regarding this? I feel like it's important that you germinate things. All right. It's important that you continue to seek serenity and peace and fill yourself with love so that you're not overpouring. So I was doing a personal reading today, and one of the things that came up was, you know, making sure that you're in this energy of fullness, okay, and not like the woulda, coulda, shoulda. Because when we like woulda, coulda, shoulda, then that means we're like coming from a place of putting others before us, okay? And like they say on the plane, like, you know, mom first, then the child, right? When it comes to putting the mask on, okay? So same concept. You're needing to maintain your vessel, your vitality, okay? Your faith, your belief, your love, leading from a heart space, okay? Because you have space, you cleared out and made space so that your manifestations can come in, right? It says manifest your desires, okay? Set your intentions as this new cycle begins. I have vernal equinox, dark to light. So you could be transmuting and alchemizing at this time. I would say a few days, it's time. You've been probably integrating quite a bit, awakening energy, as well as a fresh start. And you're being asked to kind of like act now, okay? It's like, don't give up, like one step at a time here. I feel like you're going in the right direction. So if you're questioning, like, am I on the right path? Like, what am I doing here? Things are playing out that need to play out. So just continue to focus on what you have going on already. Okay. So if you have any like projects, make sure you're finishing those projects. Something new's on its way into you. I have 8 of Cups, mid position. So I feel like this is like releasing what no longer serves you, okay? And what doesn't deserve you is a blessing in disguise. And so it's time to move on and let things go, okay? This is happening in a few days. We have better times are ahead. You're moving on towards peace. All right, so this is you overcoming that hardship and restoring peace. So I feel like wherever you're led, I feel like it's towards what serves you, what's aligned with you, something that is going to help restore peace for you. Okay, and this will be happening in the next, I would say, next couple of days to the next month. If you're looking for a bit of time frame. When are things playing out for me? And then I just got winter solstice. Find the light within. Okay, isn't it beautiful? And it says a year or more, tying up loose ends, validating feelings in winter. So also a time frame would be winter. Okay. Okay. We're throwing the Ace of Wands on the floor. So 1 second. Okay, we're back. Ace of Wands. This talks about a passionate start. All right. So there's a couple different timelines here. We have 1 month, the next new moon. We have a few days. We have a year or more. So depending on where you're at, okay, there's a couple timelines we're picking up. But I do have an Ace of Wands, and this talks about a passionate love for, a new passion for love and life. So this is like a go for it energy. This is like chemistry, engagement. So if some of you are looking to see if there's an engagement in your future, I would say this could be your yes card if that's what you're intending. And then fertility as well. So if you're working on creating something, I feel like this is a positive sign that what you were trying to manifest and create is coming into your reality. Okay. Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Wands. So this could also be like an idea, a concept, something that is like an epiphany, something that you're creating. There could be strong attraction. This is why you're being guided to tie up any loose ends. There may need to... I have 3 of Wands. They're asking for you to focus on manifesting your dreams. Okay, so Manifest the dreams that you're looking for. So that's 4 wands. All right. So that tells me like you could be traveling for pleasure. You could be leveling up in some way. You might see this in your business or your career. You could be making a lot of progress on something that might have been idle for a little bit. I'm also getting like big developments. So if there's something that you're creating, I feel like things are going to pick up. Go for the ace, straight to the 3 of wands, totaling 4 wands, which establishes like, if you build it, they will come kind of energy. All right. If you build it, they will come kind of energy. This is gaining momentum. This is things taking off. This talks about travel, progress, alignment, and communication, and something swift. So this could be an increase of some kind as well. Things are about to take off. I have an Emperor over here. That's the second time we've seen the Emperor. So you could be in like big boss energy. You could be a leader, not a follower. You could be someone that people come to for guidance, resources, support, direction, right? Get it done energy. This might be you needing to step up. Look, and then we have a feminine energy. All right, so then I have like a bit of nurturing, creativity, sensual energy, art. I feel like it's important that you pay attention to your body and making sure that you're removing anything that you're like dependent of or insecure of. Any kind of thing that you could be neglecting. I feel like there's a need to, maybe what you're doing is you're helping people move from that energy to the upright through something that you do. Okay, I feel like there's something that you have a passion for, and I feel like it might be to help other people in some way. Or this could be representing you, the Empress in reverse. So this could be like you might be feeling insecure or that you have blocked creativity. What is the advice on that? I feel like someone's coming to help you. Yeah, there's the Emperor for the Empress in reverse, right? I feel like this Emperor's coming to bring his Empress to the upright. All right. There might be something that they can help you with, like mentor you on something. What is this? I have the 3 of Cups. It's time to celebrate. All right. And then I have a 9 of Cups, a 7 of Wands, a 10 of Swords, and a King of Pentacles. I feel like it's time to have a good time. It's time to have some fun. All right. I feel like there's something that you're going to maybe create together, like collaboration. And I feel like that's going to really help you kind of be back in your upright energy. This could be through friendships or social gatherings. It could be parties as well. So I feel like you might be asked out. Okay. You might be asked out. I feel like this is something that I feel like whatever you're going to be collaborating on is going to be like a dream come true, or you're going to see this endeavor as a dream come true. I feel like it's about time you're enjoying the good things of life. I have that things are worth fighting for. You're standing up for what you believe in. I have changing the outcome of something. I feel like there's a regeneration, or someone might want to regenerate a relationship or reconcile. They want to move on and repair it, but I feel like you're over it already. This is someone you're not interested in. Okay. So I'm getting like the past might return. Okay. I'm also getting like this could be a bounce back for you, in the sense like you have overcome the hardships, and as a result, you're stronger, stable, and more secure than you ever have been as the King of Pentacles. I feel like you're hardworking and successful. So maybe you became the provider that you've always desired. I'm getting like this was like maybe there was like a fall from grace or fall from value or worth, or maybe somebody prioritized, wealth or greed or something, here that might have like upset the apple cart. It might have put the Empress in reverse. I feel like it was projected energy. So I feel like the Empress has been working on, creating and creating their desires. Who's this King of Pentacles? Is this old energy? Yes. So I was picking up on someone who, you know, is really in their ego, and maybe prioritized work or prioritize the material aspects of, yeah, kind of like ruled by materialism is kind of what I'm getting. But I'm also getting like this can be you in the King of Pentacles. So this could be you being the stable, secure, ultimate provider energy. Maybe someone thought that that was their role, and if they, I'm getting like somebody may have tried to like take this from you, because we did have the Thief energy in the beginning, remember? And it was like a couple, right? Someone who is like envious and jealous of an Empress, making it so that someone has to stand up for what they believe in and not back down. Haters gonna hate. Yeah, I'm getting some like past energy here that worked hard, maybe with a party group here, to create some sort of like disservice or imbalance for an Empress. Otherwise, the Empress, you know, doesn't usually come out reverse. So I feel like it's your life and you're not backing down, whatever it is. Okay. I feel like whatever's happened, there's been a change to the desired outcome, whether that's yours or what others wished for you. Okay. So there was like a change of fate or something like that. Page of Wands, energetic powerhouse. I feel like your abilities, your talents, you're a free thinker, you're playful, you're not someone who, it's almost like you appear one way and then you kind of like confuse people. There could be good news coming your way. I feel like you're very like, yeah, I'm getting traveler. You could be a traveler. You could timeline travel. You could just travel the astrals and the realms and the dimensions, and you're very creative. You're very free thinking. So it's almost like you can bring it down. Bring it down. There's exciting plans playing out. What are these exciting plans? An end of a chapter, say no more. There's achievement here. There's integration. There's travel. There's fulfillment. There's this sense of belonging. I feel like you're going to get some news and you might be traveling. You might be exploring. You might be closing out past chapters once and for all, right? It said like tying up loose ends. So you might be tying up loose ends because you're meant to be elsewhere. Or I feel like there's a culmination. So you might be like getting some sort of reward, recognition, some sort of sense of achievement. There's that Four of Wands, okay? Four of Wands, celebrating a union, okay? Community support. A lover returns, a homecoming, a celebration, a wedding, or maybe you're going to celebrate a party. The end of a chapter. My cat says hello. All right, what do we got? Judgment, answering the call. Yeah, I feel like there's a new spiritual story playing out. I feel like there's, with the Nine of Pentacles, rewards for your labor. All right, I feel like your status, abundance, speaks for itself. You're abundant in your own right, okay? And this is you having that financial freedom. All right, I feel like there is an awakening. There's a spiritual story playing out here, and I'm getting like you're going to be going on a mission and you have the resources you need, okay, in order to do what you came here to do. All right, continue to work on releasing any fear, anxiety, so that your intuition isn't blocked. I have the Moon. So this talks about like tapping into the subconscious mind, okay? Even when things are uncertain, they don't want you to kind of like get like rung up with anxiety and fear, because they don't want you to create from that space. I do have a loving exchange, the Two of Cups, companionship, new partner, something that is going to be reciprocal and agreement. You'll feel like you're in sync with this person. I feel like it's time for you to receive. I feel like you do a lot of like kindness, acts of kindness. I'm getting like you're very caring, like a quid pro quo kind of thing. Like, I'll do this for you if you do this for me. There's an equal give and take with this dynamic. And there's many possibilities. But I feel like there are better possibilities for you than others. You may be accepting something. Again, I keep picking up making space. So I feel like you're being called to make space for what's about to come into your life. And it will be equal give and take. All right, so we have another deck to work with here. So I'm just going to clean this up a little bit before we do that. 1 second. Okay, we're going to pull a few more cards. I'm using an Intuit deck. And this is like a twin flame oracle love deck. Okay, it's like messaging. All right, so let's get some messages regarding this. I have mirrors. This situation is being caused by both of us. Look at your own role in this situation to help us change it. So for some of you, there's something going on that is like mirroring something back to you that you're meant to learn from, okay? And it's up to you to make changes. I always felt I had a higher calling in life. And our connection brings more clarity on that. That's for some of you. Okay, so some of you have stepped into this purpose here. Number 10, I'm growing through physical, emotional ascension symptoms. I need space to rest, but from a higher perspective, I'm releasing old energy. Yes. I also have mirrors. Our inner children are crying out right now. We both need to comfort them and become the parents. So sometimes through our lessons, we reflect back to our childhood and see how we might have been in that situation that might have created some sort of wound or trauma. And as a result of that, it's our job to go back there and heal ourselves. So I'm getting a bit of that. (11:11), we are coming into union. So if some of you are seeing 11:11, that's confirmation for you. I also have whatever you just did cleared and helped me too. So if you've gone through a shift, I feel like you're helping your partner as well. Sometimes we integrate differently, but benefits the greater good. Not always does someone need to experience what you experience. They have their own way of healing and processing and releasing. I'm afraid you're going to meet someone else before I'm ready to be with you for good. So someone is like put you on a shelf, okay? So they could be feeling the pressure. I feel like it's this energy. This energy is reflecting back, thinking they can spin the block. All right, there's somebody coming into your energy. They know it, they sense it, they feel it. They may even watch you and get confirmation. I feel like they're afraid that you're going to meet someone else before they're ready for you. All right. I feel like they're dealing with a whole hot mess over here. Okay, I feel like they're in a relationship, a long-term one. It's falling apart. There could be something they've created that they're now having to deal with that maybe wasn't in the picture before. I feel like there could be some secrets around that. Sometimes I feel like you're speaking to me in my head. At times it triggers me because I wonder how much you can actually see into me. Some of you are telepathic as F, and it scares the shit out of your person. They're like, did they just hear what I just said? Or did they just hear what I thought? And sometimes the answer is yes, and sometimes the answer is no. I feel like that's an interesting thing to work through. It's unique. Please contact me. I may not respond, but knowing you care opens my heart. So I feel like this is the past. It's like they almost want to know that you still think about them like they think about you, because it feeds their ego. Okay? They're not going to reciprocate it. Okay? There's no intention of reciprocation. Okay? It's just kind of holding on to the illusion, the delusion of somebody, and the potential of coming back to them after all is said and done. Okay. I'm also getting like someone created a whole story about this. So a lot of what they're believing is their lies. So that's like things being built off false foundations, and seeing things from like rose-colored glasses and all of those things. All right, I have, our mission is to be unconditional love. Clearing our programming is a necessary part of opening our hearts, and that's what we're all here to do, is to work on our mission to be unconditional love. All right, I have romantic messages. I'd long ago shut down those parts of me that wanted love, romance, and any intimacy, but you make me long for those things again. So someone is enjoying your energy very much. They're wanting something that is more fulfilling. I've been learning about twin flames and it feels right to me. So that's for some of you. That's a number 3. You're feeling very connected, close to union energy. Beautiful. Let's see. We do have some mirror energy, separated or together. We are working in tandem with each other. So some of you realize that like your counterpart, your mirror, you both have a purpose and you're both doing what you came here to do. And that's beautiful. Congratulations. All right. And then we have number 4. Just like you, I'm always doing some form of mission. My energy and wisdom supports those around me. Okay. Beautiful. 444. Okay. Number 7, telepathic messages. It says one of us is sad or angry, and it's creating an energetic match in the frequency with the other person. Stay conscious of this. My cat says hello. And it says stay conscious of this, and if possible, try to help elevate your frequency, because it's affecting who you're connected with. So be mindful, right? See what you can do to kind of like get out of that energy. It's like redirect your thoughts, your feelings. All right, I feel like this union energy. Union is an energy. It's not physical construct. Even when we aren't together, I feel our union. Yeah. Strong energy here. You're not meant to do this alone, all right? I feel like you're never alone. Okay? I feel like you feel this energy's presence whether they're physically with you or not. Okay? This is that new energy. All right? I'm awakening. I know more than I'm letting on. Okay? They know what they do. Number 10. Okay, and then I just got 2 out. Okay, I'm not going to give into fear. I know fear is only an illusion. All right, so this person knows they're connected. Okay, they're very much connected. Union. I feel our energy merging together as if it has a life of its own. We are becoming one again. So excited. So excited. It's beautiful. Please don't give up on me. I'm trying to change, but it takes time. All right. Have kindness and compassion in your heart. Many people are being pressured to the brink of just having to change, okay? Changing in ways they've never done before. Everyone's in the pressure cooker. Give everybody some grace. Words have hurt me in the past, and that's why I fear talking. So I feel like that's the past energy. They're having a hard time finding courage. Our love is eternal. It exists in every dimension and cannot be lost. I feel like this is your new energy, okay? Hearts might be significant. 11s might be significant. I feel like, you know, union energy is upon us in this season. I feel like you have done a lot of work to process what you have experienced so far in this life. A lot of it has to do with reparenting yourself, healing from past programming, and relieving yourself from the worries, the plans, the concerns of others that might want to keep you in the same kind of construct. I feel like you're stronger than that, though. And so you're in it for the long haul, okay? So continue to stand up for what you believe in. This energy feels like, number 2, again, I want to hold you in my arms and feel our bodies unite as one. Okay? So, just saying, it's getting hot in here. Keep your clothes on.